welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to be filming an Empties video for you guys today because I love watching Empties videos. I think it's just kind of so fun to see what people actually really use and which products they use up, and it's really nice getting their opinion on the product after they've, completely finished it. And so it's a little different from hauls in that way, where you get their final opinion on a product after actually using it for, a significant period of time. And so ever since I started a YouTube channel, I put together a little basket to kind of start collecting my empty products to share with you guys. And I finally have a full basket to share. I think I ended up actually with a lot more products than I was expecting, and so I don't know how long this video is going to be. I might cut it short if it ends up being really long, but I'm going to try and squeeze it all in. I'm really excited to start making these kind of videos for you guys, and I hope you are too. So without further ado, let's get started. So first thing I'm going to start with is the Dove Damage Therapy Revival Shampoo in the pomegranate and lemon verbena scent. And I actually got this when I first moved into this apartment, so 2 years ago now, and I only just ran out a month or so ago, and so it lasted forever. I was actually really happy when I finally ran out because I was sick of it and I wanted to start something new. But I don't know, I've been using Dove shampoo, conditioner, body wash for years. I think since I started going to college is when I first started using the Dove, this line of Dove shower products, and I really love the scents. They always smell so good, and I've never had a problem with it, but honestly, I'm ready to try something new, and so I was just kind of getting sick of using the same thing over and over again, and I really wanted to try something new, and so I was happy to finally be done with this. So while I don't think I'll be rebuying this anytime soon, I would definitely consider repurchasing it in the future, because while I was using it, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's shampoo, it cleaned my hair, and it smelled really good. So yeah. And next up I have actually the Dove body wash, and so this is the Go Fresh Revive body wash, again in pomegranate and lemon verbena scent. And yeah, so like I said, I've been using the Dove line of shower products for years now. For a while I was using the cucumber scent, and then I switched to the pomegranate. So I've been using the pomegranate for the last maybe 2 or 3 years, and I really like the smell. Again, the body wash was really nice. It smelled really good, and I definitely loved the scent. And the body wash, I mean, it wasn't, anything groundbreaking. It didn't blow my socks off. It was body wash, but I don't know. Again, I would buy it in the future, but I'm going to try something new now because I've been using this line forever and I'm ready for something new. Another body wash I used up is this tiny little travel size of the St. Ives Oatmeal and Shea Butter Body Wash. And I got this for our trip to Mexico. If you missed it, I actually vlogged that trip, and so I'll link it for you guys if you're interested. But yeah, I really liked this. It smelled so good. And after we got back from the trip, I used up the bottle in the shower because we had it. And it had formed such a strong scent association. So every time I used it, it would bring me back to Mexico, which was really fun. But yeah, I would definitely consider buying the full size of this. I really liked the, oatmeal and shea butter formula. It smelled really good and it felt really good on my skin. It definitely felt pretty moisturizing, and I don't know, I don't look for too much in body washes besides, does it clean my body and does it smell good? So I would definitely buy this again maybe in the future. Alright, keeping along with the shower products. Oops. Next up I have the Garnier Fructis Fortifying Deep Conditioner Sleek and Shine 3-Minute Mask. And so it looks like that. And this I've again had for a long time, and I finally finished it up. I really liked the scent. The Garnier Fructis products, in my opinion, always smell really good, and so I loved the scent of this. Honestly though, I'm not sure I saw a huge difference in my hair when I started regularly using this. For a while I kind of just used it whenever I felt like it, but then towards the end, before I actually used it up, I started using it once a week. And so you just put it in your hair, you wait 3 minutes, and so I'd usually wash my body while I was letting the hair mask set, and then I'd rinse it out after 3 minutes. And so yeah, I was doing that for once a week, and when I was regularly doing that, I didn't really notice much of a difference. And so I'm not sure I would buy this again. I've tried other hair masks that I have noticed a difference in, and I'm actually using hair oil now that I actually love. So yeah, I don't think I'd repurchase this just because it didn't wow me. Alright, next up, I actually have a shaving cream. I assume it's men's shaving cream. It's Barbasol Thick and Rich Shaving Cream Original. And before this, I had only ever used Skintimate. Since I started shaving, I exclusively used Skintimate. And we actually got this on a fluke because we were traveling and forgot to bring shaving cream, and so we had to buy some, and this was, cheap. We just kind of wanted to pick something up for while we were traveling. And I actually ended up really enjoying using this. It wasn't a gel, which, the Skintimate shaving creams are. And so that was kind of new to me, but I actually really liked how thick and creamy it was. I mean, they're not lying, it's thick and rich. And so I really enjoyed using this for shaving. And I didn't even necessarily notice that the areas I was shaving was getting less moisture, because skin tint is supposed to kind of moisturize while you're, you know, using their shaving cream. But yeah, I didn't notice my skin being particularly dry since I wasn't using skin tint anymore. So I don't know, I would definitely rebuy this. I liked using it. I liked how thick it was, and it's inexpensive, so why not? Alright, my last kind of shower slash bathing product is the Bath & Body Works Luxury Bubble Bath in the Be Enchanted scent. And I really wasn't impressed by this product. Honestly, you'd need like a quarter of the bottle every time you took a bath to get any sort of bubbles, and they would all be gone within 10 minutes. So it really, I don't know, it did not impress me. It smelled really good, and it was, you know, a kind of fun thing to use, and I had it, so I used it up. But I would not repurchase it because it wasn't a very good bubble bath. Alright, and then I have 2 of my toothpastes that I used up, and I use the Sensodyne Pro Enamel Daily Fluoride toothpaste for sensitive teeth and the gentle whitening version. And I love this toothpaste. I've been using it for years and years now, and I really love it. I have weak enamel on my teeth, and so this toothpaste has been helping me kind of like rebuild that strength. And yeah, my dentist recommended it, and so I've been using it, and I really love it. And to be honest, I can't go back to like, you know, regular like Crest toothpaste because it tastes like I'm brushing my teeth with candy. It's unbelievable how sweet those toothpastes are after using this. And I used Crest before, and I didn't realize how sweet they tasted compared to this. And yeah, so I really like this toothpaste. I'm still using it, and I definitely plan to keep using it for the foreseeable future. Another tooth care product is the 99% natural Hello Seriously Friendly Mouthwash in Supermint. And Melissa and I bought this a while ago, and you can see this is not empty because we hated it. It tasted so bad, and we were so excited because, you know, it's 99% natural, and so that's good. And I mean, so it has all these claims. It has no alcohol, no artificial colors, no harsh chemicals, no ouch. And so yeah, we were really excited to try this, but it tasted horrible. And so we each used it maybe 2 or 3 times just to try and like get used to it, but we just couldn't. I mean, it's like pretty much full still. We will not be repurchasing this. We really didn't like it. And then I have a thing Floss. I use the Oral-B Glide, and this one is 3D Whitening plus Scope. And it is, it's Flavor Floss, Radiant Mint. I really liked this. I've been using the original since this one ran out, and I can definitely notice a difference. The original, I feel, is a lot more, it doesn't have like that kind of waxy coating that I guess it's the whitening stuff does, which makes it a lot more comfortable. And I found it doesn't tighten around my finger as much with this, because I think the wax kind of holds it in the position that you wrap it, and the original one, it like pulls it tight, and so by the end, it's like a really tight knot around my finger, and so I hate the original one. But I really like this, and so I definitely plan on repurchasing this once I run out of the original. And I'm not sure if it actually does anything for whitening, but I figured, I mean, why not? If I'm gonna be flossing anyways, you might as well get the whitening one and see if it does anything, so yeah. Okay, last kind of boring random product, and then I'll get into face care stuff. But I have a thing of my contact lens solution, and I use the BioTrue Multi-Purpose Solution by Bausch & Lomb. I've used it since I started wearing contacts, and I like it. No real strong opinions on contact solution, but this is what I use, so I decided to include it. Alright, so next I have a whole bunch of like face care products, and so I'll start going through those. First I have 2 little bags of these cotton rounds, and these are the Healthy Accent cotton rounds. And these were fine. I actually prefer the Walgreens brand cotton rounds. I've tried the Walgreens, I've tried these, and then I've tried the, you know, Up and Up by Target ones, and I really prefer the Walgreens ones. These were not very sturdy, and so after a couple times like wiping around your face, the cotton would kind of start to like rip apart, and it wouldn't stay sturdy, if that makes any sense. And so, yeah, so these, I had 2 of them, so I used them up. I use these both with my Micellar Water and with my facial toner, which I'll talk about both actually in a little bit. So yeah, I use these morning and night. I go through a lot of cotton rounds, but yeah, these were fine, but I definitely won't be repurchasing because they weren't great. Next up, I have these Simple Cleansing Facial Wipes. And so I assumed this was like their Micellar Water, but in like facial wipe form because it kind of has similar packaging, but it actually doesn't say anywhere on here that it's micellar water, so I guess it's not. Although it really seems the same to me because I used it kind of as a replacement for my micellar water bottle, because I found that the micellar water is really, really good at getting rid of makeup or any oil throughout the day before cleansing. But I didn't want to keep wasting my cotton rounds and the liquid micellar water because I felt like I wasted a lot. So I started using the facial wipes to take off my makeup on days that I did wear makeup before cleansing, and I really liked it for that. The one thing I didn't like using it for was for my eyes, because I felt that the claws were very rough on the eyes, and so it would sting them, but not because of like the formula of the product on the cloth, but like the cloth itself was just really abrasive, and so it would just kind of hurt my eyes after rubbing it. But everything else, like, you know, face makeup, even your eyeshadow, it would just take one swipe, it takes it all off, and yeah, I really liked using that for that. And so I'm out of these right now, but I do plan on repurchasing this and to continue to use them to take off my makeup on days that I wear makeup. And so speaking of simple micellar water, I have one bottle of the Simple Cleansing Micellar Water, and it says it cleanses, removes makeup, and hydrates. And so I use this as my first step cleanser in my nighttime routine. So this is the first thing I do every night when I'm getting ready for bed, and I use it with cotton rounds. I just kind of pour a little bit on a cotton round and rub it around my whole face. And I do this on days where I don't wear makeup because, like I said, I use the cloths for the days where I do wear makeup, but I still like using this as a first step cleanser to I have slightly oily skin, and so it's a really nice way to get any layer of like kind of oil or gunk that's built up on my face throughout the day. And then when I go in with my Clarisonic and my actual facial cleanser, I feel like that can kind of actually get deeper into my pores to really clean rather than just getting what's on the surface off. So yeah, I've really been liking having this two-step cleansing system, and I definitely plan to continue using this because it just feels really nice on my skin. It feels like really soft, if that makes any sense, and really gentle, and I have been totally addicted. So definitely plan to continue using this. And since I didn't like using the cleansing wipes on my eyes, I've been using like an actual eye makeup remover. This is the Clinique Rinse Off Eye Makeup Solvent. And I used it up because I had it, but I actually really didn't like this. It was really like oily, and it would kind of lather up into a foam as I was wiping off my makeup, and it would really sting my eyes if it got in there, and it would kind of just leave a really greasy, oily feeling after wiping everything away. It was just really unpleasant, and I am a big fan of Clinique. I usually love everything I get from them, but I don't know, I really didn't like this. I still actually have another travel-sized one of these that I'm currently working through, and so I'm using it because I have it, but I definitely will not be rebuying this because I didn't like it at all. Alright, and then I have the Murad Clarifying Cleanser, and this is their blue line for acne. And I was really excited when I first bought this because I've heard a lot of great things about this, about, you know, Murad and especially their acne line. And I definitely struggle with breakouts, and so I had high hopes for this when I got it, and I was honestly pretty let down. It's a fine cleanser. It definitely felt nice cleansing. It felt like my face was clean, and it didn't, you know, dry it out or anything. It has 1.5% salicylic acid, and so yeah, it didn't dry out my skin or anything, but honestly it didn't help at all with breakouts. So I was definitely disappointed. I didn't dislike it. I mean, it was a fine cleanser. My face felt clean and nice afterwards, but it didn't do what it's supposed to do. And so I haven't repurchased it. I'm trying a different cleanser currently, but I might possibly rebuy it in the future because since I bought it, I've seen a couple other people talk about their time release version of this, and so I want to kind of look into that, and I might give that one a try because as a cleanser I did like it, and the reviews for the time release one are really good, saying that it will clear up breakouts and it helps with acne, and so yeah, I might give that a try. Won't be repurchasing this specific one though. Next up, I have the Heritage Store Rose Water and Glycerin, and this I actually use to make my own toner. I mix it with 1 part apple cider vinegar to 1 part rose water and glycerin, and I really love this toner. I got the, recipe? That can't be right. I don't know, I got the recipe from Jen from Pretty Neat Living on here on YouTube, and I absolutely love Jen. If you haven't checked out her channel, you definitely need to. She is one of my favorite YouTubers, and I love this toner concoction that she recommended. I was using apple cider vinegar and just plain tap water before I started using this, and then I figured that probably wasn't the best for your face, because I know water has, you know, like minerals and all that stuff in it, and so, but I didn't want to use straight apple cider vinegar on my face because, I mean, it burns. And so mixing it with this, I have been loving it because the rose water acts as kind of like a moisturizer, and so it feels really soft when you're rubbing it on. And it also kind of cuts out a little bit of the apple cider vinegar smell, and it definitely cuts out a lot of the stinging. I had gotten used to the smell of it because I had been using it as a toner. When you've been using it for a while, you kind of just get used to it, and so it didn't really bother me. But I definitely noticed switching to using this mixed with the apple cider vinegar that it really significantly reduced the smell as I was using it. And, you know, the 5 minutes afterwards that my face would smell like apple cider vinegar. So yeah, so if you've been wanting to try apple cider vinegar as a toner, but you've been either put off by like the smell or how much it burns when you like, if you have a cut on your face or something like that, definitely try mixing it with this. I definitely have been loving this toner and I will continue to use it. Alright, I have another cleanser in here. This is the Clinique Rinse Off Foaming Cleanser, and this is the travel size. I also have the full size that I'm currently working through, but it honestly isn't currently in my regular skincare routine because I've kind of replaced it with the simple micellar water. This used to be my first step before my regular cleansing step, and I would use it to, you know, take off my makeup before I washed my face. And I liked it. It was fine. You need a very small amount to, you know, get your entire face clean, and so it definitely lasts a long time. The, you know, one little bottle does, and that one little bit of product foams up a ton. And I really like how squeaky clean you can rinse your face after using this. Like, it really rinses off clean. So if you hate like kind of having that oily or greasy feeling after some cleansers, like I hate that feeling. I hate when there's like, you feel like you have a residue and you can't, you know, fully get your face clean when you're washing it. Try this, because this, you will feel totally squeaky clean after using this. And so I did like that about it. I don't know, I wasn't super crazy about it, but I didn't hate it. So I think I would give this a try again in the future if I was looking for another cleanser or a first step cleanser. If for some reason I decided to stop using micellar water. For now, I don't really know how I'm gonna finish up the other bottle because since it isn't in my regular routine, but I don't know. I have it. Next up, I have a serum. This is the Clinique Even Better Clinical Dark Spot Corrector. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how well it works because when I used it up recently, I think I must have used it before because I didn't have that much left in here, and so I ran out a lot faster than I was expecting to. And so I wasn't able to use it long enough to really see if it worked. And I thought I was starting to see results because I do have a lot of scarring on my cheeks especially, and so I was starting to see a little bit of that fade, and then I ran out. So I definitely think I would try repurchasing this. I liked how the serum felt on my skin. It was nice and soft and it, you know, rubbed in really nicely. And so I liked it in that regard. But yeah, I would definitely give it another chance to see if it actually does work with scarring. And then I also have the Clinique Acne Solution Spot Healing Gel. Can you tell I like Clinique? Yeah, so this I definitely plan on repurchasing. I've used this for years. It definitely reduces the healing time of blemishes, even if they're like under the skin, painful kind, and it does not dry out your skin, which I really like. And I feel like every single time I'm reading a magazine that, you know, has a top list of, you know, skincare products or whatever, this spot healing gel by Clinique always gets #1 recommended spot treatment. And so, yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I loved it, and it lasts for freaking ever. I don't know how long I've had this little bottle, probably a couple of years, probably longer than you should keep a skincare product, but I don't know. I don't pay too close attention to those. I probably should more than I do, but I don't know. It lasted forever because you need such a little amount and it just lasts forever. So yeah, I haven't repurchased this yet, but I definitely plan to. Okay, we're almost done. I think I'll be able to fit all of this in. Next up, I have another Clinique product, the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I've been using this moisturizer forever, since high school, and I really like it. I prefer the Dramatically Different gel over the lotion just because my skin tends to be more on the oily side, and so the gel just feels a lot nicer. The lotion, I felt like it sat on top of my skin and it just didn't feel as nice. I've gone through countless bottles of these over the years, and I definitely will probably end up buying this again in the future. But for now, I actually, since I've been using this so long, I want to try something new. And so I haven't repurchased this, and I'm in the process of trying to find another lotion that I might like better. So yeah, won't be repurchasing quite yet, but I probably will in the future because I do really like this lotion. And I have another face cream. This is the Lokura Face Care Q10 Night Cream Anti-Wrinkle with Retinol Complex and Coenzyme Q10. And I liked this. I don't even remember buying it. I think Melissa somehow had it and then she gave it to me because she wasn't using it. But for a while I was using this, as my night cream, and this is the first actual, specific night cream I ever used. So I don't have much to compare it to, but in my experience, it was a bit thick, and I found it didn't really sink into my skin as nicely as I would like it to, and so I still felt like I had kind of a layer of something on my face as I was going to bed. And so I'm not sure if that's kind of par for the course with a night cream. I'll have to try, another night cream to kind of, see. But yeah, I liked it. I can't speak for the anti-wrinkle properties because I don't know, I feel like it's really hard to see those types of things, and you can't really tell until years later and you don't have wrinkles, so I guess your anti-wrinkle cream worked. So I don't know. I liked it. I probably won't be repurchasing it, but I definitely do plan on finding another night cream to try out. Currently, I'm just using the same moisturizer for my morning and night skincare. Okay, and then I have Lush Herbalism, and I used this as a face cleanser a little while ago, and it's supposed to be a face and body cleanser, and I did really like it. It was interesting, I'm gonna say that, because most face cleansers are more of a liquid kind of consistency, or a gel or something like that. And Herbalism, it was very, I do have a little bit left in there, so I don't know if you can see it, but it was kind of chunky, and so you couldn't really, lather it up and rub it on as a foam or a liquid. It would kind of chunk up and fall off, so it was a little hard to keep on your face to rub it all around. It definitely took a little bit to get used to it. But once I kind of got the hang of it and was used to it, it definitely got a lot easier. I mean, the first time I was trying to wash my face like I would with any other cleanser, and clearly it didn't work. It just it fell off in chunks. And so I kind of had to get a big chunk and rub it around as if it was a tiny little bar of soap, and that seemed to work. I liked it, but honestly, I think I prefer typical liquid cleansers better, and I currently use a Clarisonic with my face cleansing, and so I don't think this would work with that. So I don't really have any plans to repurchase this, but I might try it as a body wash in the future. So yeah, I have no plans to repurchase this, but I would definitely be open to. And another Lush product will bring us into face masks. This is Mask of Magna Minty Face and Body Mask. And I really liked this. I used this once a week. I take weekly baths, and so I like doing a face mask during that, just for kind of relaxation and to be able to fit in a weekly face mask. And yeah, I really liked this one. It says it's packed full of peppermint, kaolin, and scrubby aduki beans for deeply cleansed skin. And I could definitely feel the scrubby aduki beans. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right or if what that is, but I could definitely feel after I had, kept the mask on for 10-15 minutes or whatever, and I would, start scrubbing away the mask, I could definitely feel it exfoliating my face, and I really liked it. And yeah, it smelled really good, and I also would notice with this for larger blemishes, it definitely would, again, reduce the inflammation and kind of help speed up the healing time, and so I really liked it for that. And so I definitely want to repurchase this in the future. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I definitely have plans to. And the next thing is the Sephora Green Tea Mask, and this is one of the face sheet masks. And this is for mattifying and anti-blemish. And it was my very first sheet mask, and it was a lot of fun. It was definitely really interesting. And I was actually a little surprised. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting it to be wet. It's a mask, and it's soaked in the product that is supposed to, be held on your face to sink into your skin. And so I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting it to actually, feel like it was, product on there. And so that was a little bit of a shock, I guess. And it was kind of funny because, so you put it, you lay it on your face and then you leave it for however long, I think it says 15 minutes, and it kind of slides down your face if you're not laying completely, on your back. And so that was kind of funny. I kept having to readjust and like pull it back to where it was supposed to be because it would just like slowly slip down the face. And I mean, clearly you look ridiculous doing that, and so that was an added bonus, I guess. But yeah, I definitely plan on buying more of these because it was a lot of fun, and I think it's a nice, quick, easy way to do a face mask when you don't feel like, you know, taking the time to actually, you know, like apply it to your face and then, you know, like scrub it off. You can kind of just slap it on, pull it off, and you're done. So yeah, we'll be repurchasing, and I want to try the other options that they have. They have a bunch of different, you know, full face masks, and then they have like eye masks, and I think they even have like lip masks now, which is kind of funny. But yeah, we'll be repurchasing that. And then the last mask is the Instant Soothing Face Mask, Andalou Naturals 1000 Roses Rose Water Face Mask. And I got this from Whole Foods, and it was just kind of like a quick little impulse buy. And I really liked it. It definitely smelled like 1000 roses. It was very strongly scented of roses. And again, the consistency of this one kind of surprised me. It was a lot more like jelly-like. It kind of felt like it was like a jello that you kind of, or pudding that you had to kind of scoop out, but then it was easy to then spread on your face. It didn't, you know, stay kind of chunked up. But yeah, it wasn't like a normal, like I kind of expected it to be more lotion-like from what it looked like, but it wasn't. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but overall I really liked it. I think it was supposed to be moisturizing. Yeah, it says it instantly delivers deep hydration and cellular support to soothe, nourish, and transform sensitive skin. Oh, and it has pomegranate tones and tightens for a flawless complexion. So I definitely noticed the hydration, and I guess it tightens your pores. I think it was a little on the more pricey side for a one-time use thing, so I'm not sure I would, you know, regularly repurchase this, but I don't know, if I'm in a pinch and I like need a face mask for some reason and I'm at the grocery store, I can see picking another one of these up. It was definitely nice to use and very relaxing. Okay, and next I have the Clean and Clear Oil Absorbing Sheets. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure this is the same pack of sheets I've had since like high school, probably. I didn't use them like at all, and then I kind of found them in a drawer and remembered that I had them and fell in love with them all over again. They were so awesome. They're, you know, meant to remove excess oil from your face, and it says it won't smudge makeup, although to be honest, I never used it when I had makeup on. I would just use it if I had a clean face, just kind of wipe off extra oil. And yeah, loved these. Definitely plan on repurchasing them. I mean, pretty much everyone has tried these. That everyone, at least when I was in high school, used these. But yeah, so that was a fun little rediscovery. And definitely plan on repurchasing these. Okay, and last product. We finally made it. I have the Origins Ginger Hand Lotion. And I have mixed feelings about this lotion because I love Origins, and especially recently I've been getting really into the brand because I like doing kind of clean beauty and natural beauty and, you know, skincare stuff whenever possible. And so I love the brand Origins, and normally their products I am a huge fan of. I love them. And this hand lotion, it smelled so good. It smelled like ginger, but it wasn't like overpowering, but it was still a pretty strong scent. I know that's kind of completely contradictory. And also it was really hard to get the like end of the bottle out. So it looks like the tube goes like all the way down, and so, you know, for most of the bottle, it was no real problem getting it out. I didn't love the pump because it would get that, like, you know, hardened lotion kind of gunk in it that you'd kind of have to like press out and then throw away and then get the actual lotion. So it did that a lot. So I wasn't a fan of that, but it you know, pumped out fine until like the bottom like half an inch or so of the bottle. And it just would not grab it. And so for a while I was kind of having to like shake it to get it under the tube to pull it up, and that worked for a while. And then towards the end, Melissa made so much fun of me because it was ridiculous. I stored it upside down so all the lotion would fall, and then I would kind of like, you know, unscrew the top and then kind of stick my finger in there and get some lotion to use, because there was, I mean, a ton of product that would have been wasted if you had just, you know, tried to continue using it like it was supposed to be used. And so that was kind of a hassle, having to go through that effort to get the end of the bottle. But I don't know, I used it up. Like I said, loved the smell, and it did moisturize my hands, but I really didn't like the greasy residue that it left, so I don't think I'll be repurchasing this. And that finishes up my very first Empties video. I hope you guys liked kind of seeing what products I use and what I thought about them. If you want to see more of these types of videos, I definitely plan on collecting more of my Empties and doing another one in the future, so let me know if you liked it, and let me know if you've tried any of these products that I mentioned and what your thoughts are, or if you have any recommendations for me. I know I mentioned that I'm looking for, you know, like a cleanser and a moisturizer and some, you know, new body wash and stuff to try. So leave me your recommendations in the comments. I would love to hear them. And I've been having a lot more fun recently trying new products, because for a while I was very brand loyal and very product loyal, and so I used the same thing for everything for years. I would use the same toothpaste, like, well, I still use the same toothpaste, but I would use the same shampoo, conditioner, body wash, skincare items, and like literally everything. And so recently I've just been really enjoying trying new products and seeing if there's anything better out there, because before I was kind of just using what I used, and who knows if it was what I actually wanted to be using. So yeah, anyways, long story short, let me know if you have any recommendations. I'd love to hear them. Let me know if you liked this Empties video, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye guys!